Good morning guys, here I am, just left work and I'm now heading off down to the seafront. This is part 2 regarding riding this Oxygen S-Cross MK2 bike to show you what it can do, the capabilities of taking on some big hills. So what I'm going to do in a minute is find a lovely place to park up for a half hour and wait for the sun to come up and then take on these hills. So we're just heading for the seafront now. I hope you guys can hear me. I think I've picked a perfect day to come out and do this ride. I was a bit concerned last night, the wind was really strong and I did think, oh my god, this ride's not going to happen. But around about 4 o'clock the wind seemed to settle down. The wind's blowing from the southwest between 16 and 18 miles an hour if anybody's interested, and I'm still experimenting how to ride and record by using my phone, where I can talk at the same time rather than just doing a recording of the ride. So nearly at the seafront now and it looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a couple of places where I'm going to go, and the first one is I'm going to ride down here to show you the seafront, see what it looks like, and then as we come back up when I turn round in a moment. Just pulled down by the lifeboat museum so you can see the seafront, and then I'm probably going to cycle up to a wonderful place called Hollywell, park there, have a quick cup of tea and then do the ride. I'm waiting for more daylight for you guys, so we're just going to come down here and have a look. I hope you can hear me. Look at that, doesn't that look gorgeous? There's a pier over there, I don't know if you can see. I'll pause here and you've got the wonderful pier, and you've also got Hastings over there, Bexhill, Couden Beach over there. There's the lovely beach huts. So what I'm going to do now is spin round, go up to a higher point, and then we'll look over the seafront from there. Right, let's get moving. I'm in power assistance level 3 and I'm in the 27th gear going up this hill, which is, it's not really a hill, it's more of a incline. Right, just adjust a bit so see if we can keep the wind out from the microphone. Which microphones I'm using is, I'm using the Samson 2 Pro Buds, giving them a go to see how they work. And we're cruising on up this hill. You may not see it. Cruising on up here at 16.5. We come down a gear, so we're in 26th gear now. What I do is when I pull up, I will pause the video and do a quick walk around the bike for you guys to see. Now I'm having a cup of tea. And we're still cruising up here, 16.4. Knocked it down to 26th gear, making it light work, but still using my legs. So I'm going to be pulling in a minute Guys, I will just mention, if you hear me huffing and puffing and snorting, I'm trying to shift a chest infection, so I'm fully wrapped up today. I really wanted to get out. I should really have left it 3 or 4 more days before taking on doing these hills. I could feel my lungs working, and normally they don't notice this hill. So we're going to pull over in a minute. I'll find somewhere nice to pull over. And where are we? Okay, keep going a little bit longer. But this is a steady climb. It's a lovely place to go for a ride in the morning. I hope you can hear me over the breeze. I mean, like I said, we've got between 16 and 18 miles an hour wind, but I'm also pedaling into it, so it's going to make it seem a bit more right. I don't want to keep going too far. Oh, there we go. I'm going to pull down here. Good morning. What a lovely place to pull down and park up. Let's watch that sun come up. And like I said, I'm going to pause it and then carry on once I leave here. Look at that view. I'll show you Beach Head from over here. I can move over here a bit. Just got off the bike. There's wonderful cliffs of Beach Head. Look at that. I have really picked a good morning to come out cycling and taking on these hills. Let's move around a bit. I'm going to sit on one of these benches in the middle. Oh, there's a big puddle there. Don't want to get the bike dirty. Not after yesterday cleaning it. So look at that. Absolutely wonderful. So what I do is to park the bike here. Let's move it so you can see the sea. There you go, guys. I'm going to park the bike here and pause the video, and I'll be back in a moment. Good morning, guys. I've just pulled over, and what I'm going to do is quickly walk around this bike so you can have a better look if you've not seen this wonderful bike, and go into here. These are MKII pedals that I put on, which I highly recommend. Safety pedals from MKII. We've got the wonderful Shimano 27 gears here. They're very sweet. You've got the big chunky tyres, and I put accessories on the bike so I can be seen, along with these decent mudguards that I put on, and a saddle bag which clips on to the seat, which is really good. There's the battery, and we'll have a look at the handlebars. If you can see the rubber bands there, I will explain that when I'm on the ride, why they're there. The phone holder is really good, but I have worked out where I'm getting this from. There you go. You've got the hydraulic disc Shimano brakes, which are absolutely superb. Right, we'll pause it there and see you in a moment. Hello guys, right, I've just pulled over, had a lovely drink, and I'm now getting myself geared up to start this wonderful journey to show you what this bike is capable of doing. This is the Oxygen S-Cross MK2. It's built for off-road, and then wonderful urban rides as well. So let's power her up. Sadly guys, you won't see me powering up because the way I'm recording is off my phone on the front, and what I'm trying to do is to do the ride so you can hear me as well. And I'm going to turn this torch off here, don't need it on. Yep, that's off. Right, so I'm all set, off we go. Right, like I said, I posted up the other day that I was going to be doing this ride. Good morning. Let's find a nice bit to go up. That's it. And get yourself on the brake. Let's wait for this car to go. Right, now that's gone. Let's get the bike moving. Right, this is a wonderful hill. I do love this hill. Sorry, just to push my earbuds in. And we have a slight breeze as well, which I'm riding into. It's a headwind, it's a southwesterly wind which I'm riding into, between 16 and 18 miles an hour. I'm in power assistance level 3, and I'm in 26 gear. Going up this hill, handles it really well. I'm hoping that you can't hear the wind and you're picking my voice up. So first things first, I will mention, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, should I say, I've got a nasty chest infection, and you may hear me puffing and wheezing, because I should have left this ride till I fully got rid of it. But I just love being out on this wonderful bike and cycling, and I did it the other morning, but you couldn't have seen hardly anything. So I'm back out today after a wonderful night shift, and we're cruising up this hill at 15 miles an hour with the bumps. And I'm still in 26 gear. I'm going to lower it down one more to work with the hub. I think in power assistance 3 it's around about 9 miles an hour. But we're cruising up here at 14.6. So it's not about speed, it's about comfort and enjoying the ride. When I first got an e-bike, it was all about maximum power, go fast, and yeah, it's great fun. I can make this bike go fast. I've had this bike up to 27.6 miles an hour using my legs on the flat, and that's what I really do enjoy about these bikes, is that the fact once you go past that speed, these bikes are light. And I'm now back up in 27, and we've got a lovely bend here. So what I'm going to do, because I know this bend, I'm going to come down another gear. We're moving at 15.1 now, and take this bend. See, this is what you would have missed the other morning when I left work when it was dark. I'm hoping, I'm huffing and puffing now, that I can get that Eastbourne hill done. I know when I done it the other day, I really did feel it, and my sugar levels dropped. I had to sit at the top for a good half an hour waiting for my levels to come back up so I can carry on riding. That's the only downside that I have, is if I ever push it, my levels drop fast. We're going at 15.4. Cut the cars behind me, so I'm going to come in a little bit tighter. What a wonderful ride. I do love this feel. You know, it's absolutely amazing in the summer. My son prefers to come down it. I like climbing it. And because we've got a steep bit here, I'm going to knock it down to 26. These are 27 gear mountain bikes, which are Shimano gears. Very, very good, very, very responsive, and very quiet as well. You've got Shimano hydraulic brakes on this bike, which are really good. Sorry about if you hear me huffing and puffing, like I said, with this chest infection. I can't help it at the moment, but normally I fly up this hill, which I am, but not out of breath. So eventually them antibiotics will kick in and clear it. Since I sort of developed diabetes, my immune system is absolutely pants. Right, we're going to turn left here. It's a steep turn here, so what I'm going to do is knock it down to 26, 25, and we're going to go left up here towards Beachy Head. And what we'll do in a minute is I'll pull over so you can see how high we've just climbed, and it was effortless. It's so easy to do, apart from me huffing and puffing. I can't help that, guys. Right, let's find a place where to pull over so you can see Eastbourne, you'll see Bexhill, you'll see Hastings. Right, it looks like a spot here. Nope, it's all big grass banks, and I wanted to show you the view. I'll go here. There we go. So we'll pull over here. I'll twist the handlebars around so you can have a look. So that's what we just climbed up here towards Beachy Head. Right, guys, I'm going to carry on, put the bike back on the road. Oh dear. Get the bike going and off we go. So from Beachy Head, I'm taking the gears back up now. We're going to cycle all the way down to Burling Gap. This is much better. You can actually see what I'm seeing in real time, and also hearing me waffle on at the same time. I've had a couple of strange looks already because people want to know why I'm talking to myself. First sign of madness, well, I knew that years ago. We're cruising along at 18.1 miles an hour, so it's all leg work. As you know, or if you don't know, e-bikes are restricted to 15.5, so when you reach that speed the motor will cut out. I personally think they should be a little bit faster. The simple reason I say that, because I think 15.6, if you're relying on the power assistant all the time, it's not fast enough, and cars behind you tend to get more irritated. Yes, you are certainly overtaking non-e-bikes, and if they were taking up to at least 20 miles an hour, which I often do on this bike most of the time, cars are not so irritated because you're going that bit faster. And like I said, we're cruising along here. Slowed down now because I've got an incline, so I'm using my gears to get that speed going. What more can you ask for? Finish a wonderful night shift, and then you come out and wake yourself up with a lovely, I think this is going to be an 18-mile bike ride. Guys, sorry about the sniffing, and if I start coughing and if you're hearing me out of breath, we'll mention again, I have got this chest infection. Alright, fingers crossed. It's gorgeous. You'll see some wonderful views in a minute. Got the wonderful Bell 2. We've got the Seven Sisters Cliffs. You can see over to New Haven, and on an evening when it's dark you can see Shoreham, Brighton and the wind farm. But at the moment we're just cruising along. Right, let's take it up a gear. What I like about these e-bikes is the fact I've learned over the last 4.5 years riding oxygen bikes, is the fact if you use your gears with the power assistance, you'll get a lot more mileage and also a better ride. For me, riding a bike, I ride it in the sweet spot level 3. I've got stronger legs now. Sorry guys. And I can pedal a lot faster. Yeah, cruising on a 17.4. Don't know if you can see, you'll see the scenery in a minute. This is what you guys would have missed the other night. And personally, I thank everybody for subscribing to my channel, giving likes and posting comments as well. I really do appreciate that. And it inspires me to get out and do more. Right, I don't know if you can see in front after we get through this bumpy bit. I've got to admit, the Suntour forks on here are absolutely amazing. Right in front of me is the Bell 2. They moved that back a bit, and that's a wonderful place to go and have a look at, take some photographs. Right, we've got that headwind coming straight in, so I hope you guys can still hear me. This part of the road now, I can see they've coned it all off. This is what them skateboarders use on them big long boards. They come down here flying, absolutely flying, faster than I am. I'm a bit cautious. Magic. The company I work for, guys asleep in the motor. Absolutely superb. I hope I caught that on video. And this ride is absolutely superb. I like doing this both ways, but normally I'd come from Polegate, Willingdon, up through that way, Jevington to Eastbourne, and then come down Big Eastbourne Hill, and then ride up this. But it's nice to go the other way as well. I do like Eastbourne Hill. It's a very big hill for me, and I've done it quite a few times. And the other morning when I done it, it did catch me out. I really did struggle when I got nearly to the top. I'm feeling the way I feel today, I'm going to probably struggle again. But we're cruising down here 26 miles an hour and just using the hydraulic brake to keep it slow so I haven't got so much wind. But in front of me you should be able to see a clearer picture of Bell 2, the tower. And when I came down here the other morning, the light was on as well. This is a pleasant, easy, lovely ride to ride up, and I've done this several times on all my bikes, and also done it on my Claw Butler, which is a wonderful non-powered assisted, just a normal road bike, very light, and it's very good to do. Now, probably 4.5 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do it on a normal bike, going up here. And we're pedaling along, we're doing 22 miles an hour. And that, like I said, in front's the Bell 2. I wasn't expecting this much wind. I thought from southwesterly, coming down this way, the cliffs would have blocked some of it out. What a lovely ride. This is gorgeous in the summer, really will say it's a wonderful place to come to a cycle ride here. Right, let's jump back on about the bike. So what impresses me about this bike is that the fact the torque on this bike is impressive. I was blown away the other day when I was going up Eastbourne Hill how much oxygen have improved the torque. Now when I'm talking about torque, it means the power that they delivers at the right time in the gears and for going up hills. Very, very impressed indeed, and it hence me wanting to do this video. I've slowed down a little bit so you can have a look at that tower. I'm pedaling too fast now, and we're coming up to Berlin Gap very soon. Absolutely wonderful. Sorry, I was having to look nose behind. You can't see what I'm seeing. Oh dear. So we go down here, hill here, all the way down to Berlin Gap. Looking at the cows there, right, quick joke for you guys, 2 cows in the field and the other cow goes to the other one. There's a lot of that mad cow disease going around, and the other one turns around and says, it won't affect me, I'm a duck. I find it funny. I'm in 27th gear and still doing a light pedal coming down here, and we're cruising along at 20. Oh, looks like there's been an accident there, bits of car there. We're cruising along, coming up to 20.4. I hope I could do that going up Eastbourne Hill. I will view that when I get there. Eastbourne Hill's a nice hill and I know I can do it, and I did it the other day coming home from work with a really heavy rucksack on my back. It depends on the traffic because it's quite narrow and you get buses and lorries going up there. The last thing I want to do is get squashed or pushed to the side and knocked off my bike. So normally when I do that hill, I come down it, keeping up with the traffic, if you see what I mean. But going up it, I think I went up it about 11 miles an hour on the e-bike, which really impressed me big time. So we're just plodding along. I'm not going fast. It's not about speed, it's about enjoying the ride. And battery life, I'm still on full bar. And that's from also riding from home into work and then doing this ride now. Like I said, power assistance 3 and using the gears, it really does save the life on the battery. Now we're down at Berlin Gap. This is where they had a lot of problems with the cliff falling away. I'm not going through the puddles. Normally I do, but I haven't got the proper gear on for that today. So now from Berlin Gap we're going to start to slowly climb. It's not a big climb here, all the way up to the South Coast Road, and then at the end of the road we're going to do a left and take on Eastbourne Hill. Hope you guys can hear me. I was having a lovely chat this morning to a gentleman. He saw me filming where I pulled over, come over and had a look at this bike. I asked him where to get it from, told him to either check out Oxygen Bicycles website and go to a local dealer, and I said the local dealer down this way is E-Bikes Direct. So if you are looking to get an e-bike, I'd highly recommend it. For a couple of reasons. One, for health. My health has certainly improved since I've been riding it. It certainly helps me control my diabetes, which is the main thing these sponsors come forward to help me with. Oxygen. And I just love getting out. Wow, that looks beautiful. I'm going to slow down here, guys. I wouldn't normally do that. I'd keep going, but I'm going to stop and show you what I'm seeing. How wonderful is that? The sun. Get off the bike. There you can see. Sun coming over there. Doesn't that look wonderful? Right, I'm going to spin the bike back round. Right, now I've got to connect back in and kick the bike off. We have a foot in. That's it, all connected with the wonderful pedals that come from Magped. Absolutely amazing. All my bikes have them, and I think I mentioned in a couple of videos I've had a fall and how good they've reacted when I've come off my bike. Right, less of the talking I think, and let you enjoy what we're seeing now. And like I said, we're cruising along now at 16.2, just touching the brakes. Feel quite blessed being out cycling this time in the morning. It's really nice. The old farmer over there. His dog's eyeing the sheep up over there. What's the farm lady. Right, come up here again. Just really enjoying this ride. Right, won't be long before I start getting all the gears into taking on Eastbourne Hill. Now I found, put it in the 9th gear and bring it down to the 2nd crank cog, and then if I need to alter, I can come down on the gears, because if you start off on the first smallest cog in a 9th gear, you're pedaling fresh air on power assistance going up that hill, and personally I like to feel some force when I'm pedaling going up. So I found by doing that, for me it's a smoother ride. When we get to the top of Jebberton, Eastbourne Hill, I'm going to stop and have another drink. Right, I've lowering down the gears now. We're bringing in gears up. We're just about to take Eastbourne Hill on. Guys, I may huff and puff up there. I've huffed and puffed in areas where I don't normally puff, but I'm putting that down to let's go. The road's clear. There's a fan. Right, take it slow. Power assistance 3, and I'm in gear 16. This is comfortable for me. I might knock it down one more. And gotta go one more. This is the worst part. Certainly feel it on the chest. Right, that was the worst part of the climb. Whew. So I'll get my breath back. Now I'm going up the gears. Definitely 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, wouldn't even attempted doing this. Normally I don't huff and puff like this. I can certainly feel it on my chest at the moment, so I will stop. My levels feel good, so that's good. And we've cruised up there at 11 miles an hour. Bloody lorry right on the backside. Just pull in here. Go across the road in a minute. Well, sorry about all the huffing and puffing, guys. I'm going to pull in here and have a drink, and then I'm going to carry on. What a wonderful place. There we go. Turn the bike round. Preston Church there. Right. How about that, guys? Very, very impressed with the torque on this bike. Get me up that hill. And like I said, normally I wouldn't be this much out of breath, but what I'm going to do here is stop and have a drink, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Hello guys, finally made it to the top of the hill, a little bit out of breath, so I've just pulled over to have a cup of tea and a bit of cake before we carry on to the next part, heading through Jevington, Lavington, Willington and into Colgate, where I should end it there. Yeah, I did struggle a little bit getting up that hill, a little bit out of breath, but I am putting that down to this lovely chest infection, which I wouldn't wish upon anybody. Right guys, first things first, right, talk about the bike very quickly. Very impressed with the torque on the bike. I will explain a lot more as we go on the next part of the video about the torque, and also how responsive them gears were getting up when I needed to change them down to keep the bike going. So I'm going to have a cup of tea, see you guys in a minute. Right guys, just about to get ready to move on to the next part of the journey. So let's get geared up and get ready to go. Put the gloves on. I tell you what, I have certainly picked a good day to come out and do this ride. Feel very blessed indeed. Right, let's do my back rucksack up. Done that. Right, off we go. I think I also picked the right time to come up that hill before all the traffic. I don't even see all the traffic that's building up. So now, done the hard part. Let's do the easy part. Well, you've still got hills here. So we're just going to cruise along, enjoying the wonderful ride. They're indicating there's a flood down here. It's saying road closed. Now, do I take the gamble and keep going for it, or do I have to go back down Eastbourne Hill? Road ahead closed. So, oh, that's where I need to go. Jevington, Wannock and Colgate. Normally I cycle up this, which is really good, but I'm going to take it steady coming down. I certainly did enjoy that lovely cup of tea and a nice bit of fruit cake to bring up my levels. I have seen a car come up when I was parked up having a cup of tea, so, and there's another one, so I'm thinking the road's still open. So that's good. Let's get down this bit here. Really am enjoying this wonderful ride out. I wish you guys were with me, you know, cycling along with me. It's absolutely amazing. And this is a lovely hill to ride up. It's a gradual incline. We're doing 20 miles an hour. Well, sorry, 18 miles an hour coming down this little bit. Right, I'm going to put my feet in the pedals and then start to pedal. So there we go, started pedaling. I'm on power assistance. 3. Like I said, I generally keep it on that all the time. Very rarely do I use full power. I've sort of grown out of that. I know what I've got to do. I've got to bring the cog up. That's it. We're now at maximum gearage, 27, and cruising along. It's lovely. Yeah, like I was saying before I sidetracked myself, is I very rarely use power. These got power assistance up to level 6, so when you get to 15.5 the motor will cut out and it's all down to your legs. So I found by just riding, for me, in power assistance 3, which I think is around about 9 miles an hour, is perfect, because I could do the rest on my legs, and the routes that I take to go to work, they're pretty flat, so I can cruise along around about 20-21 miles an hour. Depends what sort of mood I'm in, and we're cruising along here at 20.4, and it's way fast enough. Love it. Isn't it beautiful? There's not a car on the road, just cruising along, taking in the wonderful countryside. Oh yeah, out here, this is where I came out and done the video of the MK2 with my drone. I should be out ferry again soon when the weather improves, doing some more cycling, and certainly be out with the drone. Yeah, how the power assistance works. Sorry about that. But, how the power assistance work, basically aids you on the way for when you're riding. So as you pedal, there's a sensor, and that sort of heats a magnet, so when you're pedaling it works out the speed that you're doing, and also operates on this bike the rear hub, which is amazing. And it then generates the power up to that cut-off speed, sorry about that, I was just being nosy over in the field. I wonder what they were doing over there. Some farmers. Yeah, so the power assistance basically assists you on the way. A lot of people think, oh, you're on a wonderful e-bike, you're cheating, the bike's doing all the work for you. Now, sadly, these bikes are quite heavy, so riding with the power assistance, I believe when I ride, if I have it in power assistance 1 and maybe 2, it will take the weight of the bike, so then it feels like you're riding on a normal bike. There's another cyclist. Morning. And by taking the weight off the bike rides normal, and then if you get a hill or an incline like that, the motor will kick in up to the speed that you've got it set on, as in the power assistance. I think it's 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. So I quite like riding on the power assistance 3. That works out good for me because I'm in no rush. You know, my youth days are running around, rushing around, are long gone. So I plod along, and this is quite good for me. Yes, I could put it in the highest gear, bomb along, but it's going to get to that 15.5 quicker, and then the motor's going to cut out, then my legs are going to have to kick in, and it's going to be, you know, and then when I slow down, the motor's going to kick in again, so it's going to be a continuous, like a pull and push sort of thing. So I found by riding Power System 3, not only keeps the bike at a steady speed that I'm quite comfortable with, but it also saves the battery. The battery on here is a 50-mile battery, but I know for a fact I can get 70 miles riding this bike on that battery, and I don't even worry. Before, when I first got an e-bike, I was so paranoid, you know, I carried a spare battery. I think at one stage I was even carrying a charger, so if they both went, I could pop into friends and charge a bike or drop one off there. But now my legs have got a lot stronger, and I know what the bike can do, and it is about knowing what your bike can do. I feel comfortable going out. I mean, I charged this bike not yesterday, the day before, and I've only used one bar so far, and that's because I'm not forcing all the power out of the bike. Oh, the road is closed. Oh, can I? Thank you, darling. Have a good day. Happy New Year to you, by the way. Right, it's a bit muddy, so I'm going to hop off my bike and walk through it. That lovely young lady said we'll be able to get through it. Right, there we go. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's so good that I can get through. Otherwise I'd have to turn round and then take Eastbourne going down Eastbourne. Oh, that'd be better. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Morning, guys.
Morning.
And the motor on this, I've got to be impressed, is very, very quiet. You can't hear it. I'm going to have to hop off my bike again. I won't cut these bits out. Leave them in there. If I was in a car, I'd have to turn around. On the bike, right, let's get up, get the bike moving. I don't have to, and that's what I like about cycling, is it's more convenient for me now. I do enjoy cycling, any opportunity on my bike or going for a ride. I haven't been out much last year, coming towards the end of last year. I've had loads of other things that I needed to deal with, which took me off going out doing wonderful bike rides. But now I'm going to start getting out a lot more, showing you guys different places, different hills, different scenery on my bikes. Yes, and another big factor, I've mentioned it several times, these tyres stick to this road really good. They're roaring. We're going up this hill at 17 miles an hour. Is the money I have saved, that's the biggest thing since I've been riding. Last year, me and my wife decided to write down everything what will cost me money cycling to and fro from work, and like jumping in the car, fuel, cost of the car, maintenance, everything, right the way through. And it worked out, by cycling I saved a huge amount, which I was really impressed with. I didn't think it'd be that much. I saved £1,700 and I think a few pennies, which you think is actually amazing really, just by using your leg work. I'm going quite slow down this hill, guys, and by just cycling to and fro from work, making that effort, even in the rain, you know, the money I saved, which was really, really good. Do you know, it actually feels like, because this road's blocked off at that end, I've got the whole road to myself, which is wonderful. Looks like a telephone pole cable there. And yeah, so if you add that up over the 4 years, 4.5 years, 5 years, that's a huge amount of money I saved by cycling to work. You know, it's a couple of holidays, a couple of bikes, you know. And I think the way the world's going at the moment, more and more people are converting to push bikes. And I know some people, when they look at bikes, they go, oh, they're really expensive, but you do get what you pay for. And the other thing about it is, this brand of bike that I'm riding, I'd highly recommend. Now, a few people that I know have gone out and bought this bike, so I said thank you, they recommend this brand bike, the Oxygen. There's a couple of people I know, they will put off by the price, and they bought other brands and sent them back. And I saw one the other day riding an Oxygen bike, so I was quite impressed with that. So you do get what you pay for, and these are a great price for bike to buy for, and I highly recommend them to anybody. For someone that had to take up cycling to help my condition with diabetes in my legs, you know, it's the best thing I've ever done. And like I said, as long as you're geared up for cycling, I mean, I've got all the different types of clothing that I need. For the rain, for the cold. Believe it or not, I'm just wearing underneath this yellow jersey that I'm wearing, I've got a thermal jersey. It's breathable, I don't sweat, and that is keeping me warm with this jacket over the top. Now if it's the rain, I'd certainly be moaning because I'm going to get wet, but it keeps me warm. Now right at the beginning when I was cycling, no matter what I was wearing, I was still cold. Now, has cycling improved my circulation around my body, keeping me warm? If you see what I mean, because before, right at the beginning, I'd get these tops from a sponsor, put it on, I'd have a coat over the top, I'd have something else, I was completely layered up, and I just couldn't keep warm. But now I've just got a autumn thermal jersey on, breathable jersey, and this jacket over the top, which is quite light and not cold at all, which is really good. Right, we're cruising along at 20 miles an hour. Steady pedalling. What a gorgeous day. I wish I had more time to go out cycling. I've got things to do this morning, otherwise I'd carry on cycling. I really do hope this video's come out and you can hear me and you haven't had too much wind and all that lot, and I haven't bored you to death. Or when I was going up Eastbourne Hill, he was on the phone to call an ambulance. He's having a cardiac. So I hope you enjoyed this. We're coming to nearly the end of my journey now. I'm going to stop it there. I will break this down, but guys, I really do appreciate you watching this, and give it a thumbs up and hit that bell so you can see updates. And the other thing is, if you are thinking about getting an e-bike, highly recommend popping along to Oxygen Bicycles website. I will put a link up in the description for you, and check out their range of bikes. And also mention my name, Brian from Riding for Lives, or you can go to Ebike Direct, based down in Bodiam, and check out their range of bikes and option bikes there. That's about all I've got to say. I'm looking forward to playing this video back when it's okay. So in the meantime guys, keep safe and have a great day. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out Ebike Direct and Oxygen Bicycles, because you can, when you're on Oxygen Bicycles website, you can click on find local dealer and find the dealer near you. And like I said, please mention my name, I really appreciate that. Right, so I'm going to pause the video here and get this ready to upload for you guys. Have a great day, all the best, Brian.